Morning and welcome to DC Today. I'm Del Walters in Washington. There are certain dates that ring in the ears of Washingtonians forever. December 7th, 1941, the attack on Pearl Harbor, September 11th, of course. But January 19th is another one of those days because on this day, 1 year ago, Washington awoke to the fact that it was about to inaugurate an incoming president in a city that had become a fortress. The Capitol complex was guarded by 5,000 National Guard troops and ringed by razor wire. Also on this day 27 years ago, Washingtonians awoke to learn their mayor had been arrested in an FBI sting, caught on camera smoking crack. The trial involved two of the figures who are in the headlines today. Joe DeGenova was the U.S. attorney in Washington who led the prosecution. DeGenova, by the way, more recently is one of the staunchest defenders of the former president, Donald Trump. Also on the team that prosecuted Marion Barry, Merrick Garland. Many in the city want to know whether Garland will be as aggressive in his pursuit of the former president, Donald Trump, and his associates, as he was the city's former mayor. One footnote, Barry's attorney once described the arrest as trying to kill a fly with a sledgehammer. Barry, by the way, like Donald Trump, had a solid base of support and returned to politics after returning from prison. But Barry, unlike Donald Trump, had to first return from prison. And now to that 1 year anniversary in Washington. Today, the Biden administration will look back at its 1 year in office, a presidential term that began unlike any other in recent memory under the shadow of an insurrection. Later today, the president will meet the press to talk about what he did and what he didn't do in that first year. Our DC correspondent Bofta Yimam has more.
This is a rare formal news conference, and we can expect the president to highlight the COVID-19 relief package, which helped cut child poverty, the bipartisan infrastructure law that passed, and also low unemployment numbers. We can expect him to ask for patience on other matters like the surge of virus cases, and also inflation is extremely high right now. We'll be watching to see how he addresses voting rights, which is headed for defeat in the Senate, and other bills that impact Black and brown communities like his massive social spending package, which remains stalled. And also there's police reform, which didn't happen. Now, the Senate has launched the debate on voting rights legislation, but the outcome is expected to be no different from past failed votes on the legislation. Key agenda items like voting were stonewalled time and time again this past year by Senator Manchin and Senator Sinema, who defended the filibuster. Here's what Senator Manchin just recently had to say.
And I don't know why we can't come together and find a pathway forward. But breaking the rules, there's no checks and balances in this process. The only thing we have is a filibuster. And they think if you have a situation we have right now, where you have the executive branch of government and you have Congress, the House and the Senate, they're all the same. And there's no check and balance because basically you just sweep right through, and the same thing could happen if Republicans had everything. And the only thing I've ever said was this. The majority of my colleagues in the caucus, Democrat caucus, they've changed. They've changed their mind. I respect that.
President Biden held just 6 solo news conferences during his first year in office. The news conference today is slated for 4 p.m. Eastern. Reporting in Washington, D.C., Bofta Yimam for BNC.